Hi, and welcome to Cover Brand, where we cover all things branding, marketing, and advertising to help you understand what the hell branding is and how it works to grow your business. Welcome and welcome back to Cover Brand. I'm your host, Ethan Decker, as always. And today we're doing quite a few things differently. First and foremost, it's a totally different setting, location. I'm at the offices of Forage with my friend Charles Swann.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I'm glad to have you out here.
Oh, it's very fun. I have no clue if this will work, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Secondly, this is an episode where we have shop talk between two marketing practitioners, talk and shop about the experiences we've had with brand science in the wild. So those are two big differences, which is why you also don't see a lot of the usual accoutrement. If you're viewing, most of you will be listening, in which case you have no clue what kind of shoes I'm wearing. So we'll get to apparel later. But welcome to Cover Brand. Welcome to Cover Brand, Charles.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Let's first of all cover songs.
Yeah. This was intimidating. I was worried about this one.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Tell me about a cover song you love, a cover song that's been in your craw lately, or one that you just have discovered recently.
Yeah, I mean, one that that came up when I was thinking about it is the Johnny Cash cover of "Hurts" by Nine Inch Nails.
Yes.
It's not like the most uplifting song that's ever been covered, but I'm a kid of the '90s, so grew up with Nine Inch Nails. And then also I grew up in the South, so Johnny Cash was around the family as well. So it was a little bit of two different ways of getting it on that cover.
That's a great cover. It's in the annals of cover songs that is known as one of the best, because Johnny Cash completely makes it his own.
Yeah.
And it seems to come from, it sounds like it comes from such a personal place, even though it may not.
Exactly. I mean, and if you would have ever told anyone when Nine Inch Nails had that song that the next greatest cover of that song was going to be Johnny Cash, like there had been no believing it.
Yeah, I'm looking up the dates here. The original from Nine Inch Nails was 1994. Johnny Cash's cover was 2002. There's a great little story about how that came past that involves Rick Rubin.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. And an aging, over the hill star named Johnny Cash, and just Rick's vision. Rick sometimes has these visions, and makes things happen. But Johnny was the one who delivered a hell of a performance.
Yeah.
So after this episode, y'all should go queue up "Hurt" by Johnny Cash, and conveniently, there is now a public playlist called Cover Brand Covers, where I have put in all the covers so far that people have talked about on the show. So that'll be added to the playlist Cover Brand Covers on Spotify.
Yeah. Ethan having prepared a Cover Brand Covers playlist is one of the least surprising things I'll learn of the day.
Good. Yes. I like to deliver on the promise of me.
Exactly. Maintain the brand image.
The brand image, whatever the hell my brand image is. Okay. We'll be back. Actually, we'll be back after a word from our sponsors. Cover Brand is fueled by Brand Equity Gummies, daily chewables for your long-term health. Each gummy contains 3 times your recommended dose of distinctiveness, familiarity, and mild panic about your Q4 results. And it tastes like strawberry future cash flow. Brand Equity Gummies. Choose your future. Welcome back. Let's get back into it with my guest, Charles Swann, the founder and I would assume president still.
Yeah, I mean, this is the
as of
earlier
today.
part. It's everything.
Yes,
a little bit
Forage.
Everything of Forage, exactly.
Tell me about Forage. Tell them I know more. Tell them about Forage.
Yeah, absolutely, will do. So, Forage is a tool that collects images and videos from social media, especially Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. But unlike traditional social listening tools that look at just what is being said in the captions or in the comments, we use AI to evaluate the emotions, the stories, the behaviors within the videos themselves. So you can imagine the classic get ready with me video on TikTok of somebody preparing makeup and they're flashing brands and they're talking about how it's helping them feel, sophisticated or feel creative.
Yeah.
our tool allows us to understand what that emotion feels like. What are they trying to say about themselves? What is the role that brands play when they show up in that situation? And then do that at scale, do it across countries, do it across generations, and then be able to use that to help brands better understand cultures and communities out there.
Okay, so this is like social listening, but the next generation of social listening. Because social media listening is not new.
No,
People have been eavesdropping on YouTube and Twitter since they were born.
exactly.
But in the old days, it used to be, like you said, you had to either track down an actual hashtag, track down an actual brand mention,
Yeah,
or a mention of a topic or a thing that you cared about,
yeah,
like glow ups, just for fun. And then you had some rudimentary categorization of that into, is it about the brand? Is it happy
yeah.
or is
You
it
did your
sad?
best. Yeah.
And now with AI tools, it sounds like you've developed much more sophisticated ways of surfing the things people say in videos. Do you surf the imagery in the video itself?
Yeah. We look at the imagery. We look at any text that's overlaid into TikTok. We look at the what's being said, what's being done within that, to get that sense of like, is this aligned with what they're saying in the caption? Is it opposed to it? Is it using it as irony or something? But also, just more importantly, like, what is the human storytelling? Is though you were sitting down watching that TikTok or looking at that Instagram picture, you would have, as a human, a very quick and easy way to look at the visual signals and symbols being conveyed in it and understand quickly, oh, I can take away something from this scene.
Okay, so that will get us into, certainly, I think the biggest topic we'll have when it comes to brand science in the wild, which is how people react and how people take in things and what is human cognition.
Yeah.
The science of how humans relate to brands.
Yeah.
And there's some
There's a lot
laws,
of fun in that. Yeah.
and there's some lies, and there's some malarkey, and there's some levers. And so my system being the laws and the levers, or laws, levers, and malarkey, we can deconstruct some of the laws, the levers, and the malarkey when it comes to how humans interact with and the cognition around brands.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, I love that. And I think one of the big challenges we have right now as marketers is trying to think through, with all the new tools coming in, to be able to generate content, to generate new interactions.
Yep.
What is it about that fundamental human truth that we need to keep in mind as we think about how to build these relationships with customers? What do they actually still want? What are the things that have never changed?
My favorite topics. I think some guy, someone who vaguely rhymes with bozo, created an entire internet online store, the biggest store in the world, in fact.
Yeah.
Under the premise that you don't want to chase after things that change all the time. You want to build a business on things that don't change.
Yeah.
And people always want deals, and they want options, and they want it delivered to their door quickly, a la Amazon.
Yeah.
But so this gets us to maybe the first topic that I think is pretty juicy and always comes up, especially around a new technology like AI.
Yeah.
AI is going to change everything.
Yeah.
AI is going to revolutionize everything. AI is going to flip upside down how people are relating to brands.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Agentic.
Yeah, agentic. Yeah, agentic's the next. Right.
Yeah. If I don't know what it is, I just call it agentic, and I'll get $1 billion.
Yeah, and 5 years ago, it was something about Clubhouse. Clubhouse is going to upend how everybody interacts with social media, or social media is going to change everything.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we still have these primate brains. So what's an example of a thing where you've seen too much hype and it's turned out really to be malarkey and not really how you understand the science of how people behave and relate to brands?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple that come up to me that the industry seems to be rushing towards, or at least a certain portion of the industry seems to be rushing towards. I would say a lot of it has to do with the idea of hyper-personalization.
Okay.
This idea that now we have a whole bunch of information about customers. We have, if you're in a marketing nerd, the CDP, the CRM database, whatever you want to call it.
CDP being?
Customer data platform.
Yes.
So every transaction you've done with the brand, every time you visited the website, all that type of stuff.
And you can supplement that by buying hundreds, if not thousands, of variables about each of those customers from someone like Experian. who
Exactly.
collects all their
Exactly.
Visa records
Yep.
and their
Yeah.
mortgage records.
Yeah. Don't, you're getting scary when you start saying it out loud.
It's true.
Yeah. So there's this big rush to say, I've got all this information on Ethan. When
Yeah.
I see Ethan out in the wild, Ethan really, really wants from, Converse is for Converse to have a hyper-personalized ad just for you, talking about you and your passion for, Converse or science, right?
And shockingly, they will be orange.
Yeah, hopefully if they do it right.
If they know me that well.
But this idea that people want brands to be hyper-personalized, I think is a mistaken sense, because it creates this power imbalance between the brand and the consumer, where the brand is intentionally leveraging what they know about you for ulterior motives. Like nobody thinks that advertisement about the shoes you left in the cart at Converse is just a mutual connection where they're just like, hey buddy, you forgot these. It's like, no, they want me to buy it.
That's interesting, because what you're talking about is that there are power dynamics, and that there was this phrase, permission marketing, that was popular for a little while, and the notion that it was all up to the consumer to give a brand permission.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's a little true that we don't want a brand, even if we like the brand like Converse, to snoop around in all of our records.
Yeah.
And then give us stuff that seems just too icky and personal.
Yeah. I mean, the simple example I give is pretty funny, because I think we can all connect to it, is you're going to a party with your friends. There's a new person there. Let's call him Johnny. You've never met Johnny, but Johnny knows all your friends. Comes up to you with your friends and says, oh, Ethan, I saw your pictures about your vacation with this, and your family was off doing that. And I heard you're like going through a little bit of like knee problems on that run. And immediately you don't know anything about Johnny. Right. Johnny seems to know everything about you. And you create this distance. It's very uncomfortable. And you start questioning your friends of, why did your friends tell him all that? And just that immediate moment is just one of extreme discomfort because of that knowledge imbalance, right? Like he knows something about you. You don't have any type of vulnerability, or you have all the vulnerability, you don't have any of the control. Flip that slightly, your friends come up and say, hey, Ethan, you've never met Johnny, but Johnny's a really big nerd in cognitive science. Go. All of a sudden, like, you're best friends forever, because you're like, oh, this other guy loves something I'm really passionate about.
But it came from a friend.
It came from a friend. It came from a place of shared, authentic connection. It's not just you two like science, or you two are interesting people. It is, here is a common thing that you both value, that you're interested in, and I'm going to provide some value to you by making that connection.
So we've got at least three things going on now. One of them is that the big hype that, hyper-personalization is what people want is bullshit. Probably.
Well, the one thing I will clarify on that, because this gets mistaken. People are really angry with friction in a process that shouldn't have friction. So if I go to my bank and my bank doesn't know that I also have a retirement account with the bank, and I have to get transferred to someone else, I hate that. That's stupid. Fix that problem.
Yes.
If I walk into my bank and my bank says, I think you're going through like financial challenges this moment because I looked at 50 of your transactions and cross-threaded it, like, I don't want that. Like, that's not who I want to be telling me that.
Well, and that gets to the second thought I had, which was it's spooky and it's creepy if it's coming from brands who are trying to sell you, and it doesn't feel like you've had agency in giving them that info.
Exactly.
And so they've creeped on you. They've found out that you like Converse, and that also your kids are adopted, and that also these other things, and you just had gallbladder surgery. I don't want Converse talking to me about gallbladder surgery. Not that I've had gallbladder surgery. But then there's a third piece, which I think is even a bigger meta malarkey.
Oh, I like that.
New term coined here today.
Metalarchy.
Yeah. Which is that the notion that consumers would want hyper-personalization ads is predicated on the notion that consumers want ads. And 40% of Americans use ad blockers. And it's higher in other places. So this,
or pay for DVRs to skip them at
oh yeah, you skip
TV shows.
skip ad.
Or willing to take an hour behind a live TV show so that they don't have to watch the ads.
Correct. So there's this, especially in marketing and advertising, this, I hate to use the Kool-Aid metaphor because it's from a true tragedy. So let's use a better metaphor. But there's this fantasy, right? This fantasy potion, this snake oil that, oh, hyper-personalization is great. And that's what consumers want because consumers want relevant ads. Consumers don't even want ads.
Yeah, I think that for me, I think as crazy as this sounds to say out loud, hyper-personalization is the cop-out because it's easier than doing what really works. And what really works is to find kind of community level authenticity, right? So there is the like total high level, I'm going to say one message to everyone and it will try to resonate with everyone. That usually doesn't work as well. Then there is I have this giant database. If I just connect all my data together and put AI on top of
I'll
it,
creep on you,
I
Charles,
can go
'cause I know
one-to-one.
you
Exactly.
so well.
It's performance marketing.
I
so
know
I
how
go
much earwax you have. It's creepy.
But it's that middle ground of like, I know what people like you value is really hard.
Dude.
And so you skip that and just go to hyper-personalization instead.
You're right. It's a cop-out. And that middle ground is, from my experience being in advertising, the core or the crux of what you might call a cultural insight.
Yeah.
Because it's often a subcultural insight. Now, it could be a really big culture. Like a dozen years ago, P&G did an Olympic ad, a series of ads for the Olympics, where it was a bunch of little children dressed up in elite level Olympic gear, getting ready to do speed skating.
Yeah.
And getting ready to do ballet and it was the Winter Olympics, getting ready to do the ski jump, getting ready, all these little children looked pro level, elite level gear, slow-mo getting ready. And you're like, well, I know it's Olympics, but these are children. And then it pans as one kid takes off to do something to a mom in the crowd who to me looked like Diane Keaton. And she's like holding her breath, totally holding her breath. And the payoff is to their moms, they'll always be kids.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
And you get chills right now just thinking about it. You should all go watch The Spot. It's a beautiful P&G, thanks mom. I think it was, I forget which Olympics, Sochi Olympics or something. But then they did it again for London Olympics. Yeah. And it was an insight about a culture.
Yeah.
A cultural truth. And the same is true when you, let's say, invade a community of like video gamers. And you talk in gaming vernacular and gaming jargon that only gamers use. Yeah. And there's that insider vibe of like,
you understand what's important to me.
Oh, we got to grind it out.
Yeah.
And my son uses that term. He's a gamer. So you got to grind it out. And then the level boss or whatever,
Yeah, which we're probably wrong just saying it. Because if we're saying it, then it's out of date.
It's true. Yeah. But you're right. That is the juiciest way to connect.
Yeah. And I think, too, that's why influencer marketing and influencers have become so valuable, right? Because they have that authentic connection to people like you, because they are literally people like you.
It's true.
And so when you hear someone like you talking about things they value, it becomes much easier to connect with that.
It's true. Hiring an influencer embedded in a community is like a shortcut to having to do the research and insight hunting to find out how to resonate with that community.
Yeah.
You just plop your brand and your product into that.
Yeah.
Just that's all. So that's an interesting angle on brand science in the wild, is that we haven't changed, even if AI is brand new.
Yeah.
So what's another one you're seeing in your world, talking with your clients, when it comes to social listening, and I know you're keen on talking about developing marketing materials with AI. How do people react or receive those? Is it different? Is it brand new? AI has changed everything. People treat branded AI content differently than they treat normal branded content?
I think for me, when I think about social media especially, and kind of why people engage with brands on social media, it all comes down to the idea that you are earning their attention. right?
Yep.
So you're a brand, you're an influencer, you're a friend, something. I am providing you something of value.
Yep.
And in return, you engage with that piece of content.
Yeah.
And that value can either be like the P&G commercial where it was just, a heartwarming, thoughtful story. It can be something valuable of like an interesting insight or something I didn't know about myself. The way I deliver that thing of value is often less important than
Yeah.
just delivering value. So
True.
I can use AI to generate a video that is thoughtfully done, is funny, is interesting, and that's fine. But the worst thing you can possibly do is to use AI to try to fake that value creation. So
Yes.
I think one of the most dangerous things a brand can do right now is the AI generated influencer content.
Oh, geez.
So like faking an influencer content to try to get that, you're explicitly saying like, it is not about me providing you value. I am just trying to take from you. I'm just trying to extract value out of it.
Yeah, that's so true. It's people make, well, I was pulling up this quote from Howard Gossage.
Yeah.
Let's talk about timeless things. Howard Gossage was an outsider, got into advertising, always maintained his outsider's perspective and kind of skepticism and arm's lengthism. But he's got this quote: nobody reads advertising. People read what interests them, and sometimes it's an ad.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear people these days say, I actually saw it on Brand with Jimmy Fallon and Bozema St. John. If you're going to put out branded content, you're not competing with other brands in your category. You're competing with every single video on YouTube and TikTok. So, people take in what's interesting, whether it's live action or animated, which already, like, we don't judge or second guess. Oh my gosh, they used CGI to create that explosion.
Exactly.
How are consumers going to react?
Yeah.
No, like, we understand a lot of explosions are CGI.
Yeah.
Or whether it's animated or whether it's consumer generated. I know Domino's for a while loved consumer generated pizza photos.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that a consumer took a picture, a regular old person took a picture of a pizza versus a studio took a picture of a pizza.
Yeah.
This time it's going to be yet another tool. Oh, I guess they're using AI to create that. I think you're right in that regard, that I don't think there's going to be a huge difference. And actually yesterday, System 1 dropped a study of the latest Coca-Cola holiday spot.
Yeah, I heard rumor that they're going back to AI generated ones.
Coca-Cola is using AI to generate a spot that it's essentially an animated story.
Yeah.
And so it's really no different from other animation.
Yeah.
Of a bunch of Coca-Cola semi-trucks kind of in a row, almost like Santa's reindeer.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that. Going through the woods and all the animals of the woods being excited because the Coca-Cola trucks are coming. They're covered in little twinkle lights. And yes, it's AI generated. And yes, sometimes the wheels aren't in the right places. Literally. Some guy caught that and was like, a good copywriter and a good art director wouldn't let that fly. But you know what? Most consumers don't give a shit that, this truck has 8 axles and this truck had 5 axles. But the animals had all the great expressions.
Yeah.
And everyone was happy when Coca-Cola came and the tree lit up.
Yeah.
And it's just the next iteration of animation in a way. And CGI, it's just, I think the real gap is when it passes off as real.
Exactly. If you're trying to be artificial, if you're trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes with it. The other risk I see with this is if 5 videos a week are good, 50 videos a week are even better. Then if everyone is doing that same thing, then all of a sudden my feed gets filled up with content that's just not that good and not that creative.
Totally. Slop. That's the term.
Exactly. And related to that is this idea that if we're all using the same AI tools to generate the videos off of the same reference frame, then how do I, if I'm just letting that make the decision, how do I stand out? And it's not going to be helpful to just be yet another person generating a very similar looking video. But again, it goes back to that idea of like, am I putting in an effort? Am I showing that I care about creating something that connects to you as an individual, or am I just trying to take the one-sided monetization thing of like, I just want to do something to get you to pay?
So this gets to another timeless truth and about human psychology, which is we look at actions and we look at intentions.
Yeah.
And intentions do matter. And in fact, that's what separates murder from homicide is did you intend to plow that person over in your truck or not?
Mm-hmm.
God, that's a gruesome
I
example.
know. You went dark real fast.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. But nonetheless, on the flip side,
Yeah.
when a kid gives his parent, let's do the mom, thanks mom thing again, the cheesiest, most poorly drawn card ever that says the nicest things in the world about mom, the intention is massive, even if the thing itself is terrible.
Yeah.
It's macaroni art.
Yeah.
Which we all did.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And I've taught this to my own kids that, you can give your girlfriend, let's say, a $40 bill, like $40 to go buy something, or you can do something that cost you $5, but had all that thought and feeling and them being seen.
Yep.
And that's why I think you're right. When brands create stuff to give to people, people read the intention as much as they read the action.
Yeah.
And sometimes a brand says, get a $3 gift card to whatever, go get a $50 gift card. Here's one for your own employees. There's really interesting research that shows if you ask people what they want at the holiday times, everybody wants cash. They want a bonus.
Yeah.
$200 Visa gift card or a $2,000 bonus or whatever if you're a banker, it's going to be in the millions.
Yeah.
God bless them. Every last one of them, God bless them all the bankers and their $1 million bonuses. But when you actually look at people's reactions and responses and what lasts and matters the most, are thoughtful gifts that show that the employer understands the employees and did something thoughtful.
Yeah.
And they cherish those much more than they cherish the $250 gift card.
Yeah.
Not looking at your potential employee and gift
No, you set up the high expectations. I was just going to do like the $10 snuck in a card and be good with that.
Right. But it's also funny because it takes me back to one thing I, for some reason, am totally addicted to these days, which is merch. And I come from this world of deep penetrating insights where it's big ideas and big campaigns. And right now, I'm fascinated by the power of good merch.
Yeah.
Good merch that says, I get you. Good merch that says, you're seen. Good merch that says, I've made an effort.
Yeah.
So whether or not it's merch or whether it's any other content that a brand makes to try and get consumers' attention, to try and get them to scroll or to share, yes, AI slop isn't going to do that, is it?
Yeah. No. It has a high risk of backfiring as well. Like what's funny for me is that we can sit here objectively, and even 2 years ago, we talk about this of like the power of authenticity and the importance of authenticity, and like Gen Z and Gen Alpha care about authenticity more than anything else. If you watch a young person scrolling on Insta or TikTok, just that word "sponsored" at the top of a post stands out, and immediately you go past it because it's inauthentic.
Yep.
And yet we, as many brands, think that like, oh well, that can be set aside. That skepticism, that just ick that comes with inauthenticity.
You can sneak past it.
I can sneak past it if I just generate enough content, or if it's just like passable enough. But I think what people are underestimating is like the disgust that comes from like trying to sneak in inauthentic content as authentic content when your goal is to monetize, not to like entertain or provide value.
Correct. And I think I also take a little issue with the notion that the young generation wants more authenticity. I think that's a little bullshit. I think they love Taco Bell being Taco Bell, and Amazon being Amazon, and Google being Google, and shilling to them directly. I think what people often hate is the sneakiness, right? The skeeviness, the creepy stuff. And frankly, sussing out fakes is as old as time, and goes back to things like, are you country club people or not?
Yeah.
Right? You can buy your way into a country club, but you won't be invited to people's holiday parties because they can smell a fake.
Yeah. but I think the tools to punish inauthenticity are new, right? So like
True.
when I was growing
True.
up, like a brand could be inauthentic in its global commercial, and maybe at school we talk about it, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Correct.
Whereas today, like I know I am in control and I can punish the brand for it. So my expectations for you being authentic are elevated because I have a little bit more power.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe there's a difference in expectation. But I love that notion that the power has shifted because social media goes two ways now. That it's not only brands who have the power of media and the power to dominate all 3 channels, or 5 if you were lucky for VHS, and all the radio stations area and all the newspapers.
Yeah.
You're right. It used to be one directional.
Yeah.
And so if there was inauthentic stuff, you just let it go or bitched about it to your friends. But now if you see stuff that's fake or stupid or off color, you can talk about it, a la Sydney Sweeney's jeans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think the other thing that is, for me as a marketer, so I'm obviously not a young Gen Z person on TikTok all the time or other things. So it can be hard for people who did not grow up with TikTok to understand the power of authenticity and the power of connection on it.
Yeah.
But the example I always like to give is this brand that was founded just 3 years ago and was recently sold for $1 billion. And to just sit and think for a second that a 3-year-old brand went from nothing to $1 billion.
Yeah.
If it was any brand outside of social media brand, you would think it's just impossible to happen. It's Hailey Bieber's Road Beauty.
Oh yeah.
And so you're just like, I get this response from people of like, oh, well, yeah, but she's just like an influencer just shilling her name. But
Sure.
It's like, there's thousands of influencers trying to
Correct.
do exactly the same. Like she has such a connection to the people who follow her, so authentic, so genuine, that she was able to create a brand that's one of the most powerful brands in cosmetics in 3 years.
Yeah.
And so as we think about like, what is that power of authenticity?
Correct.
Why does it still matter? You look at that, you look at Poppy, you look at like a Death, you look at all these other crumble cookies, like all of these things are examples of brands where authenticity provided them the ability to build incredibly powerful relationships without traditional tools.
Yeah. Or it allowed them to have access to those tools more quickly, and people glommed on more quickly. You know, it's a little feedback loop, of course.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's something about, and frankly, the word authenticity I've struggled with that lately because everyone's always trying to craft their authentic.
Of course.
thing.
Yeah, social media it's this question of like, is it real or is it what I think other people want it to be?
All
real?
reality TV is like that, right? Like I'm not going to put on a show. You're going to take me as I am.
But for you, this is a good question for you because I know your background in evolutionary psychology. What matters more? What the tribe or community actually thinks, or what that individual actually thinks, or what that individual believes they have to do to maintain their position in the tribe, right? And if you think about social media, as I go out and I post something, whether I'm Hailey Bieber or whether I'm somebody else, the question I am asking is, what is my community value? What is important to this tribe? How do I reflect those values in what I'm about to say now so that I can maintain my membership within that tribe? It's like you know this way better than I do, so I'm just like riffing off of the things that have come in my head from the social media side, but like I'm guessing that resonates.
It's an interplay. It's absolutely an interplay, and it's a question of how do you do what you want to do and be what you want to be? How much do you want to fit in? What does it require to fit into any particular
Optimal
group?
distinctiveness.
Yeah, the optimal level of, and then also who gets to decide if you fit? And so there are some gatekeepers, but often, like at the country club or at the certain table at the lunch cafeteria, right? There are those who kind of are gatekeepers, or there's a group that is their own gatekeeper. And it's always a dance. Really is the challenge. It's always a dance between, I want to be me, but I want to fit in. Like I want Chuck Taylors, but I want orange Chuck Taylors instead of black Chuck Taylors. Or I want, I want to have a Herschel cap and a Fjallraven backpack, but I want mine to look my way.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
and then who gets to decide whether you're in or not is also a dance.
Yeah.
And a lot of the teen drama movies about mean girls and things like that are about who are the gatekeepers,
Oh yeah.
how
Yeah.
how porous are those groups. And we see it all the time, like tech bros, the VC world, right? And there are limits to that. Like there's some people, because of the color of your skin or your gender or whatever, you will always be an outsider.
Mhm.
And then there are more porous boundaries when you have the opportunity to be in it. But it's a constant dance.
Yeah.
And it means that even when we think we're being 100% authentically ourselves, I'm just Hailey Bieber and I'm just genuine. Well, to some extent, you are also fully putting on an act. It's a hard thing.
Yeah.
The theory behind this, because I love this match of big data and big theory. The theory is the presentation of self in everyday life.
Yeah.
That's the original,
Yeah. Yep.
the original
Is that
sociological
the
studies.
front stage, backstage theory, or is that
Correct.
different? Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
That the stage is the metaphor, but the psychological phenomena are absolutely real. You've got your internal monologue, your inside thoughts,
Mhm.
and then there's what you choose to say and what you choose. There's what you want to wear versus what you do wear. There's that backstage of how you really feel, and then there's the front of the stage of
Yep.
what you really tell someone to their face.
Yep,
Oh
yep,
my
yeah,
God,
exactly,
Charles, I love
exactly.
that shirt. That shirt's really cute on you.
Oh my gosh, you're so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never wear that shirt in a million years. So there is theory to explain the behaviors.
Yeah.
And the theory goes back sometimes decades.
Yeah.
And it's good for us to know that because otherwise, A, we're surprised by how
Yeah.
people react to AI slop.
Yeah.
Or we believe bullshit about hyper-personalization.
Yeah.
And the timeless is important to apply it to the timely things like agentic.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's great. I think that I have felt like it's given me a leg up to have that theory and to have the understanding of some of the science and have the understanding of the timeless. And it sounds like you have benefited from that in your experience in research and in
Very
marketing
much so.
and in
Very much so.
insights.
Yeah.
And now in your new business, Forage.
Yeah.
Which people can find at letsforage.com
That's correct.
or
Yeah.
.co.
.com. Letsforage.com.
Letsforage.com.
Yeah.
And you can learn all about Charles Swann's new invention in the world, which is a really, really cool way to learn about cultures and subcultures and brands and people.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was super fun.
Absolutely. Episode of Shop Talk in the can. And then remember, go chase down Hurt by Johnny Cash. We will also eventually add it to the Cover Brand Covers. It's all one word. Camel Case, as I call it. I love that one. Cover Brand Covers playlist on Spotify. And Charles, is there anywhere else people should track you down?
Follow us on LinkedIn if you want to follow us on LinkedIn under my name and the company's page as well. We try to post up smart things every once in a while.
And is it Let's Forage on LinkedIn as well?
Yes.
So Let's Forage on LinkedIn, letsforage.com, or Charles Swann on LinkedIn.
Correct. Yep.
All right. Talk to you more later.
All right. Thank you.
So listen, brand science works best when it's a team sport. If you want your crew rowing in the same direction, call me to learn more about workshops, trainings, and talks, oh my, for your company. Head to appliedbrandscience.com to learn more.